Hello everybody, it's Lenny. How are you all doing? I'm actually filming this for the second time already because my memory card had an error and nothing recorded itself. Luckily, I noticed before the end of the video, so I am starting over. And today, once again, I'm going to go over how to keep warm on a budget. Indoors edition. I live in Belgium and it's about 5 degrees outside even though winter has not started yet. So it's freezing cold, and to make matters worse, I live in an apartment with crap isolation. So it's as cold inside as it is outside. And I'm currently unemployed, so I can't afford to have the heating on blasting all day. So throughout the years, I've made up a couple of tips to add to my routine to keep myself warm and comfortable throughout the rough winters in this land. So I'm gonna share them with you. First of all, you are going to start by warming yourself up before warming up your surroundings. There's no use in walking around your apartment in your tidy whities, cranking up the heating to maximum and waiting to get warm. So you are going to layer up. And this is an indoors edition, so nobody can see you. Forget fashion for a second and start stacking up those layers. So multiple layers on top, leggings under pants, double layers of socks, fingerless gloves if you have to, an extra scarf. The point is to minimize the amount of skin that's going to be in direct contact with the cold air. So just wrap yourself up in anything you can find and keep toasty. Which brings me to the second point. You are going to build your body heat up. So first thing in the morning, you get out from underneath the covers and the difference of temperature is going to be quite a shock. What you're going to do is jump right into exercising. So it can be a hardcore monster workout, but yoga will do fine too. Stretch it out, do some yoga, and if even that is too much, start the day by meditating. Meditating actually regulates your body temperature, so even that works. You don't need to break a sweat. After you're done doing that and you feel nice and toasty, you're gonna head on to get yourself a nice warm breakfast. Throughout the day, try to eat warm meals, so porridge for breakfast and then a lovely soup for supper. And between meals, don't hesitate to fill up on some hot beverages. So I prefer herbal tea to avoid any excesses with coffee or tea, but anything will do as long as it builds up your body temperature. Next, if you're sitting still, don't forget to cover up. So when you're sitting still, whether it's at a desk at the computer, reading a nice book on the sofa, or playing the new Pokemon game sitting up in bed, you'd better cover up, because when you're sitting still, that's when your body starts losing heat because you're not doing anything. So what I like to do is wrap a blanket around my legs, and for extra points, I like to get a hot water bottle and slip it in between my layers, and it's so lovely. So since I'm clearly not layering up and sitting still, I am going to wrap this blanket around me so I don't catch a cold while I'm filming this video. There we go. So now we've got the basics covered. Layer up, build up some warmth, and if you're sitting still, wrap yourself in something as an extra step. Now you can start taking care of the surroundings. The next step is to build your nest, your cocoon. So as I've mentioned, this apartment is crap when it comes to isolation. So what I suggest is you look around and find things you can change on a budget and then prioritize which things are more important. For example, my main radiator right there is in front of a single pane window, if you can believe that. So what I did was cover the window behind the radiator with one of those reflective aluminum-like mats so that the heat doesn't flee from behind the radiator. Next, you should look for drafts in underneath your doors, your inside doors, as well as your outside doors, and find a way to cover them up. It can go as basic as rolling up towels or cutting up those swimming noodles and sliding it under your inside doors, to something more sophisticated where you go to a hardware store and buy those anti-draft things. So look for drafts in your home. Find out where the heat is going out, where the cold is coming in, and do something about it. Try to cover all bases. After that, there are a lot of different things you can do to keep your house a little warmer. Since I myself am on a budget, I can't really apply them to my particular case, but I know that if you put some carpets on the floor or some tapestry on the walls, it actually keeps the heat in. So find what's best for you and build up your hibernating cave for the winter. So during the day, you might be doing things that will earn you some heat points, as I like to call them. So for example, when you're cooking and you're done baking baking with your oven, don't forget to leave the door open so you can let the hot air just warm up the rest of your home. Other things like that include opening the door when you shower, or if you're taking a bath, before draining out the bath water, just let the bath water cool on its own before you drain it so you can keep the heat from it inside your house. Candles are another great way to have different spots of heat throughout the house. Just be careful with the open flame. All these little things added together bring warmth through your house and definitely add a few degrees where you need it most. Next up is kind of a strange one, as there's a lot of debate going on the subject, is to adapt your heating to your situation or your condition. So example, maybe you're only staying in one room of your house most of the day, so you'd only heat up that part of your house. In my case, I have quite a small apartment, so I'm lucky in that sense that it heats up quite easily. Unlucky because of the isolation, everything just goes away just as quickly. So when I'm working, instead of using my main radiator, I have a space heater next to me that will warm up the direct area around me. Now be careful with space heaters, because as you may already know, space heaters can actually be more expensive than normal heating. It's a case of nuclear energy versus gas heating. I'm not an expert on it, but just be careful. Space heater I have is economical, so it doesn't cost too much to use it, but I am careful. I don't turn it off all day, only when I'm really cold and I need just the area around me to heat up a little bit so I can continue working. So my tip would be, see what you're going to do throughout the day. Maybe you're going to be at the computer all day, or maybe you're going to be in front of the TV all day, or folding laundry in the same room. I don't know, but if you're working in one room, try to focus the heating in that room, or if you need to warm up the direct area around you, consider alternative ways of heating. My next tip is invest in proper curtains. It might sound weird, but for the first few years in this apartment, I had the flimsiest curtains out there. They were secondhand, I couldn't afford anything else, and I didn't think I would be able to invest in proper curtains for a while. Finally, after a few winters, I decided to properly invest. So the curtains I bought were between 70 and 100 euros. I know it's a lot to put on in one go, but it's definitely an investment. Try to get some double-lined curtains that go from the top to the bottom of your windows, and that will be a game changer. The trick is, during the day, when the sun is out, leave your curtains wide open to let the sunlight in and the warmth, and as soon as the sun sets, close those curtains to keep the warmth in. As I've mentioned, I have a single pane window, so the heat does not stay in and the cold tends to come in so easily, so these curtains have changed a lot for me. So I suggest you look into that too. The next thing is to find little things that make your life more comfortable. Now that one is up to you, really. I have my own little things that I like to do throughout the day. I've seen some other people do things like wrap an electric blanket around your clothes, so right after you shower, the clothes you wear are so toasty and warm, or using your hair dryer inside your shoes just before you put them. My personal favorite is to prep my bed before going to bed. So before I go get ready for bed, brush my teeth and wash my face, I make a hot water bottle and I'll slip it right underneath the covers, right where my feet are going to land. And then I go brush my teeth and get into my PJs, which will get me cold because I'm changing out of clothes, and then I'll slip into my bed and it's just gorgeous, nice and toasty and warm, and that just gets me ready for bed, especially after a long day. And my final tip is to not get fixated on the cold. It's mind over matter on this one. If you keep telling yourself, oh my god, I'm so cold, it's so friggin' cold, and you get angry over it and you get frustrated over it, well, obviously your mind will have the word cold right across it. So try not to focus on it. Get busy, get moving, take breaks when you're sitting down, just stand up, move around, get that body heat going, layer up. I can't insist enough on that one. And yeah, find those little tips and tricks that will make your life a little bit more comfortable this winter. So I really hope you enjoyed these tips on how to keep warm on a budget, indoor edition. Let me know which one is your favorite, and of course, if you have any to add, leave them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this channel, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe for more videos in the future. For more content, visit me on my website or on my various social media, and of course, I will see you very soon. I L-word you all. Make a powerful kiss.